today, let me share with you a super powerful manifestation tool that is wasted by 99% of the population. I'll reveal what it is and how you can use it to not only manifest your dream life, but also crush all your resistance. Stay with me. Welcome back to Choosing Gratitude. I'm Karen from ChoosingGratitude.net, and this channel is all about helping you live the life you deserve to live. So if you're new here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. Let's start to manifest our dream lives by choosing gratitude. Every day I get questions like, Karen, what is the latest manifestation trend? What is the latest manifestation magic? Or what is the #1 tool? And most of us have this shiny object syndrome, right? We always think that what we want is out there. The shiny object is out there. But only by going out there and get it, we can change our lives. We think that those magic bullets will somehow just completely transform our lives. And I'm here to tell you this. You may not be ready to hear this, but stay with me anyway, okay? Remember, there is no shiny object. Everything you want is already within you. And if you don't realize this, then you will always be chasing the shiny objects and you will never be successful at anything you try to pursue, okay? So ultimately, the most powerful manifestation tool you have is yourself. And today, I don't want to just stay on this superficial level because I know that I've talked about this all the time. I want to give you something even more specific. That is your voice. Yes. The super powerful manifestation tool, probably one of the most powerful manifestation tool is your voice. And you may be wondering, what can I do with my voice? So I want to invite you to think about this. How do you use your voice? Vast majority of us use our voices just for talking, right? We're just talking, and a lot of times we're gossiping. We are just using it for mindless things. And maybe some of us develop a habit of singing, and singing is always very enjoyable, right? And some of us become singers. And I've always noticed that when I'm singing, I'm pretty happy. And if you like singing, and that is actually a very powerful way to change your vibration. And I don't want to just stay at the superficial level and say, use your voice to sing and singing will make you happier. Yes, that's part of it, but that is not deep enough. So today, I want to dive even deeper. And first, let's talk about why your voice is such a powerful manifestation tool and why your voice is actually the most powerful tool to crush your resistance, and you never use it. Most people are never aware of this. So first of all, you need to understand that everything that is around us in this universe is all about energy, frequency, and vibration. You have to see your life through the light of energy, okay? Not just these physical objects. Remember, all the physical objects or your life experiences, everything is made up of energy, vibration, and frequency. And how you radiate your energy is within your control, and that is what law of attraction is all about, right? So the power of your thoughts can shape your physical reality. And how do you solidify the thoughts? Because a lot of times, our thoughts are really random, and also our thoughts can run super fast. If you try to watch your thoughts, you realize, your thoughts will go from one random thing to the next random thing. And before you realize it, your thoughts are going to start to criticize you. Your thoughts will tell you you're not good enough, you don't have what it takes, and you have to go out there to find that shiny object, right? So how long does it take for your thoughts to go from neutral about a random thing or about an observation of something to something really negative and self-sabotaging? Sometimes it only takes a few seconds to go from feeling pretty positive or feeling pretty neutral and at ease to feeling really negative. And usually these few seconds is the time that you really need to capture in order to turn your life around, okay? Most of us think that we have to do something really, really magical to change our thoughts. But the truth is, there is nothing magical about changing your thoughts. Sometimes you just need to interfere with a negative thought pattern. Sometimes it takes just something that you say out loud. That's why speaking an affirmation out loud is always much, much more powerful than just thinking of an affirmation, right? That's why I want you to write an affirmation instead of just thinking it, because when you bring the energy from your head out to your physical world, you have to somehow amplify that energy. And the best energy amplifier is your voice. Remember, when you speak negative words, or when you're gossiping about others, or when you're criticizing yourself, or when you're criticizing anything, that energy is much stronger than its initial state, which is just a thought. So the goal is to change the energy that you speak out. So the most powerful tool to do that, of course, is your voice, right? So always pay attention to what you are speaking. So that's the number one way to really leverage this powerful tool of your voice. Be aware of what you're speaking, and if you feel that you're speaking negative words, no matter it's about you or about anything, like about politics or criticizing a certain person, just to tone it down a little bit. You can talk about facts, but don't put too much of your negative opinion in anything. That's a great way to elevate your energy. Okay, and the second way for you to use your voice, this is really powerful and most people never use it. That is to record your voice and record your affirmations. Nowadays, we all have cell phones that can record, right? So just take out your cell phone today and record your favorite affirmation. And when you're driving, when you're doing nothing, just, put in the headset and listen to it instead of listening to some random music or some random things, right? Why not just listening to your own voice speaking your favorite affirmation? And you can even take it to the next level. You can write a script about your life, like how you would like to live your life, and then record it and then listen to it all the time. And this also serves as a distraction of anything negative around you, because we all live around a lot of negative people, negative energy, the TV, the news. In order to shut down everything, you can use your voice as a barrier. So use your voice to create a positive script and just keep listening to it. It's actually even more powerful than reading it. That's why a lot of people like to listen to audiobooks rather than reading a book. Try it. This is extremely, extremely powerful. The next way to use your voice is to talk to yourself out loud. I know it may sound a little weird. Well, talking to yourself is like a double-edged sword, okay? Because we all talk to ourselves in our head. And that voice, in 80% of cases, is your parents' voice. So when you grew up in an environment where your parents are always criticizing you or tell you you're no good, that voice becomes the voice in your head, okay? So be very aware of that negative voice in your head. And when you're talking to yourself, the quality of the self-talk is usually not very high, okay? So if we bring this self-talk out loud, you realize how ridiculous it is, okay? So why not, like before you talk to yourself in your head, why not just talk to yourself out loud? And instead of saying, oh my gosh, I did this wrong again, oh my gosh, I can never get to where I want to go, you can say out loud, this is just a temporary defeat. I am on my way. I am enough. I love myself. It's okay. It's okay that I may not get it now, but I will get it sometime in the future. So when you're doing more and more of these positive self-talks, you're going to erase that negative voice in your head that was formed from your childhood. That's more than likely a voice of your parents, okay? So start using your self's voice to replace the negative voice in your head. Now I have an ultimate super powerful tool for you to use your voice. And a lot of people may not be ready for it, and you may not feel comfortable about this, but listen to me. This is to make YouTube videos. And you don't have to be a YouTuber. You don't have to try to grow a YouTube channel because it is a lot of work. If you're focusing on something else, you don't have to do this, okay? But recording a video of you talking is such a powerful tool, and that has completely changed my life. Remember, before I became a YouTuber, I was already practicing law of attraction for almost 20 years. But I never experienced such a deep transformation before I became a YouTuber. So a lot of you may be saying, well, that's too much, or I'm not good on camera. But I want to encourage you to just take out your cell phone and record a video of yourself talking to yourself, and then try to watch it. You know, most people can't even watch a video of themselves talking. Most people hate to see themselves talking. And if you feel that way, more than likely that's an indication that you don't love yourself enough. So make a couple of videos, and you can put them on YouTube or just put them on your phone and watch them. And if you feel weird, just watch them over and over until at some point you can fully accept yourself. You can deeply embrace the way you look, the way you talk, your voice, and how you use words. If you have accent or no accent, you may say, well, I don't look good enough. And that's the exact reason why you want to look at yourself in a video. There are plenty of YouTubers, very successful YouTubers, that are not the most pleasing to the eye, but they are extremely charming, and you just want to follow them, right? So you really need to develop the muscle of loving yourself, embracing yourself. And the best way, the most powerful way to do that is by looking at yourself in a video and be completely okay with it and also liking it. When I first started making YouTube videos, I also felt really awkward on camera. And when I first watched my video, I'm like, gosh, I look so weird. But you know what? Over time, even though I know I have haters, I look at myself and I'm fine with it. I totally accept who I am on camera. And with that, I feel like I'm loving myself a lot more than before I was making videos. So try this and use this as your way to improve your self-love, to feel more compassionate toward yourself, because you know how you feel about yourself is how you radiate out energy. And when you can love yourself more, you will naturally attract all the good experiences, helpful people, great opportunities. And that all comes from listening to your own voice, talking to yourself, and fully embrace that. Thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video.